Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to make a cheese Danish, one of my most favorite foods on the entire planet. So there's not many ingredients to this and it's very cheap to make. So we're going to start with 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. To that we're going to add a ½ cup of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And the flour's in here just to kind of set the cream cheese when it's in the oven. And we're just going to take our hand mixer and mix these up once I turn it on. Alright, I got that all mixed up. And it tastes so delicious, oh my gosh. I'm just going to set that aside. And then we're just going to take one of these kind of half-sheet baking sheets and get you a can of Crescent rolls. And this is the most, this is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing for sure. But after you do it a couple times, it gets easy. Alright, so in here you're going to have the 2 sections of the dough, which will also separate into another 2 sections. So we're just going to put those on the sheet. And you can just stretch these out a little bit. You're going to have to seal all the edges up where all these seams are. Alright. So you see our Danish is going to be as long as this pan. So just go through and just pinch all of these open seams. And just try to get it as even as you can. And try to get it like pressed down. Alright, so it'll just be like 1 sheet of dough. Then we'll take our cream cheese mixture and just put it right down the center of our dough. And this will be about 3 inches wide, I guess. You need to leave room so you can make all of your cuts. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of get it spread out the best you can. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is take a little sharp knife and make some cuts. This is the hardest, most trying part for me. Well, not making the cuts, but the next step. So just start with you a diagonal cut on both sides. And try not to get really close to the filling. Try to leave a little bit of space so when you flip these, you won't have the filling coming out. And if these seams tear apart, just pinch them back together. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll do one more. Right. So we've got all of our cuts. So the first thing you're going to do is take these two pointy ends that you have, and you're just going to put those together. And then you just start braiding. Start braiding over your dough. And if you see any start pulling together, just squeeze them back. They'll be fine. And this is a really pretty thing to make, like if you have company come, you know, you could make one for breakfast. And we're gonna try to fix this, straighten it up a little bit when we get done. And I've made these a couple of times, and it's always this middle seam. I never get mine just totally perfect. And when you get to the last, I should have tucked my two ends in first. I wasn't thinking. Actually, let me just undo these two right here. Easy fix. Okay. And then you just want to kind of go through and just tighten up all the braids best you can, just because you don't want them, these ends right here will sometimes pop up and get brown. But by the time you put the icing over top, it still looks pretty. So don't stress too much about that. and just try to smooth out the dough. Alright guys, that's it. So that is what your final little wrap job will look like. And we're just going to stick that in the oven. I have my oven on 375, I think. Yeah, 375. And we're just going to stick this in for about 20 minutes. And you just want to cook it until the dough is like a nice, pretty golden brown. I'm just trying to tie up any seams or anything I see. Alright, she's going in the oven. Our cheese Danish is finished. There's what it looks like. It did pop apart in one little spot right up here, but you can barely even tell. I don't even know if it's, yeah, it just pulled apart a little bit there, but I mean, you know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this cool. I just recently made one of these for my daughter and she absolutely loves it. It's one of her favorite things I make. She likes the crescent dough because it's really soft. So in the meantime, while we're just letting this cool a little bit, for the icing, we're going to take a half a cup of powdered sugar. I have some heavy whipping cream. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons in there, and just like a little tiny splash of vanilla. And then we're just going to stir this up really good. And if you need a little more, heavy whipping cream, if you want it a little bit thinner, you can definitely do that. But be careful, it doesn't take much. So for me, it seems like the half a cup works really good with right exactly 4 tablespoons. And just try to stir it up to where all the powdered sugar clumps are gone. Just to where it's a consistency like that. It's pretty thin, but it's not too thin. See? I've let this cool, and I'm just drizzling this on. I'm telling y'all, you can make this for a couple of dollars, and it tastes so good. The cream cheese filling. And you can add things too if you want. I mean, you could put some fruit in there. And if you made this and had company, I swear they would think that you bought it from a store. There we go. There is our little braided cream cheese Danish. I hope you guys make one. Thank you guys for watching my video. Y'all know I appreciate you, and I adore everyone that watches and takes the time to be in my life. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.